Hey guys, it's LukeMan97 and welcome back to another video, I guess you could say in World of Warships Blitz, although we're not actually in the game. Today, I know guys I said I was planning a ship review for you guys this Thursday, but actually there's a change of plans because the update 6.2 has come in with all the patch notes, and you can see the pictures are kind of loading in, but that's the picture we get of guns. So, yeah. These are the patch notes for 6.2. I'm going to be reviewing them like I usually do. And yeah, I guess the ship review will be coming next week now that it has to be delayed because of this. Anyways, first thing it says here is we're getting a new map, which is called Okinawa, which obviously was an island that a lot of World War II happened on with the Japanese. It's about Golden Week with a Japanese-themed Okinawa map featuring strategically placed islands for a thrilled combat experience. Okay. Nice, I guess. We're getting new gun sounds. Apparently they've updated those. Training room enhancements. They've revamped the training room with a fresh design. And they said they added a new ship characteristic, emergency repair. Okay. So apparently it gives you some significant impactful benefits. You receive additional healing when using the repair kit. But this skill only applies to 4 ships. The British Tier 9 Tech Tree Heavy Cruiser Drake, the 10 Heavy Cruiser Goliath, the Tier 7 Premium Battleship Collingwood, all British ships obviously, the Collingwood, and the Tier 10 Premium Destroyer Druid, which the Collingwood and the Druid I don't think are in the game yet, but they're going to be coming soon. They're new premium ships. So they're going to be adding new Japanese cruisers. These will be the light cruisers because we already have the heavy cruisers. They'll be arriving early access in the middle of June. Let's give us the Agano, the Gokase, the Takahashi. Oh no, sorry, I missed so many. The Omono, the Shimanto, the Takahashi, and the Yodo. Okay, we're getting some new premium ships. American Tier 5 battleship Oklahoma was a Nevada-class battleship that I think was rebuilt after... Or no, this one was the one that I think capsized at Pearl Harbor and was unsalvageable. It was one of the Nevadas, though. Tier 6 Black Farragut, so they're making a black version of the Farragut for some reason. They're bringing French aircraft carrier to the game, the first French aircraft carrier we've had, the Bayern, Tier 6. The tier 7 British battleship Collingwood. Tier 8, they're making a lightning black now. They're bringing a Tier 9 Japanese battleship Iwami. That was apparently a project. Tier 9 American cruiser Rochester, which is an Oregon City class. Tier 10 American carrier Franklin Delano Roosevelt, which it says here is a midway class, so it'll pretty much just be a midway. But yeah, that's nice because we don't really have many. We don't have a Tier 10 American premium carrier yet, I don't think. Is that even... Wait, is a Tier 10 premium carrier even a thing? I can't think of one. There might be one. And the Tier 10 British destroyer Druid, obviously. They're going to bring some unique camouflages. This is what Oklahoma will look like with the Freedom camouflage. I'm really hoping, since Oklahoma is a Tier 5, that it's going to be introduced in somewhat a similar way of what the Rio de Janeiro was introduced as the Rio de Janeiro was introduced in a token event, but it was like really easy to get. You only had to get like 20 victories or something instead of the 100. Wargaming just basically gave us that ship, the Rio, so I'm hoping the Oklahoma will be as easy to get. They're also adding, other than the new premium ships, they're adding some special camouflages for the Black Republic, the Jinan, and the Black Republic and the Jinan. Those are the camouflages we're getting. As you can see, that's the Collingwood. Collingwood has a similar setup, as you can see, to Nelson, with all the turrets forward, except they're double turrets and not triples. There's the Rochester's camo, the Iwami's camo, the Franklin Delano Roosevelt's, and the Druid's Irish Emerald. That's the camo they're adding to the Black Republic, which is already in-game. They're adding that camo to the Jinan, which is also in-game. And there's the Bayern. What did it look? Bayern. Don't confuse it with the German battleship Bayern, whatever. They're adding more legendary commanders. Arleigh A. Burke, I'm guessing he's from the U.S. because they named a U.S. ship Arleigh Burke. Gives you those skills. Harold Blackwood, I'm guessing is also from the U.S. It sounds like a U.S. name. Cuthbert Collingwood is definitely from Britain because it sounds like the Collingwood's name. Richard H. Best is probably from Britain. I don't know where he's from, but that's the equipment he gives. Or that might be French, because Dauntless Dive and Death from Above sounds like something for a carrier. So here's the legendary equipment. They're adding a new advanced propulsion to the Daring, which gives it more speed and more acceleration. They're adding more to the Halland, a steering gear modification, which gives you better turning speed and turning acceleration, but lessens your surface detection a little bit. I don't know what they're saying here as far as live server testing. Yeah, this doesn't apply to us normal players. This is for community contributors that have press accounts where they have basically every ship. I really wish I could become a community contributor because I do make videos, so it'd be nice to have a press account because then I could review basically every ship in the game without having to pay for them. But I've tried to apply before, and for some reason it does not accept my Discord tag. So if you guys have any information on that, tell me down below in the comments. They're increasing maximum ship capacity to 600 slots. That means if you have that many ship slots, you can have that many. It says in the case of duplicate fleet. So these are basically just bug fixes. I'm not going to read them all. They're balancing some ships. The Tier 10 French premium destroyer Marceau gets the max turning angle increased, the main battery shell dispersion reduced, the chance of setting fire increase, and the AA defense, and it gets 2 more charges of AA defense, which is a win-win in my opinion. The Pan-Asian Tier 9 battleship Baye, which is basically just a copy of the Izumo, gets better dispersion, reduced reload, and a little bit better AP shell damage. The Alaska, which is the Tier 9 U.S. supercruiser, gets better range and less dispersion. The Bagration Soviet Tier 8 cruiser gets better dispersion, an extra charge of an extra charge of precise aiming skill, and an extra rapid reload. The Tier 8 U.S. supercruiser Congress gets better range and less dispersion. The Tier 7 battleship Strasbourg gets better dispersion. Tier 7 British cruiser Surrey gets better dispersion. A lot of dispersion changes in this update. Tier 8 British cruiser Albemarle gets better dispersion. Tier 9 cruiser Drake gets the new emergency repair skill, as I mentioned. Better dispersion and better reload. The Goliath, which is the Tier 10 heavy cruiser, gets better reload, dispersion, and the new skill. And here's what we've all been waiting for this update. What we've all wanted. Pan-American Tier 8 battleship Atlantico is finally getting nerfed. And I am so happy about this because it made Tier 8 basically so unplayable. So, main battery reloads being increased by 5 seconds, which isn't the biggest deal because it was always the secondaries, not the mains, that did the damage. The dispersion on the mains gets worse. And the main AP shell penetrations is reduced by 5%, and that's a big deal because the main guns are not allowed to fire HE, they're AP only, so it's always AP. But that's not, those 3 changes aren't the biggest of deals because it's always been secondary heavy, but here's the one that actually helps us regular players. That the deck armor is being reduced from 100 to 76 millimeter. Because it always seemed kind of crazy before that this thing had as much armor as it did and was able to go 24 knots, which is with the impenetrable citadel that it had. So, finally, maybe we'll be able to get some citadels and penetrate this thing with battleship shells. Because I have played many a time against this ship, and I have only been able to get a citadel on it like once, I think. So yeah, it's nice that the armor's getting adjusted, and it's being nerfed. Obviously, they can't really nerf the secondaries because, I mean, it'd be nice if they decrease the range a little bit, but the secondaries are the main gimmick of this ship, so they can't really reduce the reload or I mean, up the reload or reduce the damage or reduce the range, because then people would just be mad that they paid money for a ship that's now pretty useless. Anyways, guys, that's it for the update. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be bringing you the review next week. And yeah, I really hope I'll be able to get my hands on maybe the Oklahoma. We'll see. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.